Hi everyone. I hope that you guys are all doing well and shining your beautiful light bright. I'm gonna go on a walk today and do some forest bathing. So I'm gonna take you guys with me. So I'm just sitting here and I'm just thinking like you have to create structure within your life. That's how you build up consistency. You have to have a code of behavior. That's your morals, that's your principles, that's your values. When we are growing up, they're given to us by our family members. But you can't take that to face value. You have to create your own and you have to see is the structure and the discipline and kind of like the training that your parents gave you, is it working out for you? Is it taking you to where you want to be in life? 9 times out of 10, the answer is no, because you have to unlearn everything you thought you knew. If you think about it, the people that actually built wealth, they had structures and systems in place for themselves. They didn't slack off. The problem is when people get too comfortable, they start slacking off. And when you slack off, you're resetting everything that you've been working on. So imagine that you've been on your grind for 5 months and then you take 2 months off, you're resetting all the work that you did 5 months prior. So you're back to square one. You can never be too comfortable. You have to keep striving. When you're trying to become a new person, you should make the conscious awareness of controlling the variables that is in your environment. I sounded like a true researcher. You gotta run a controlled experiment within your life. The brain is easily sucked back into what's familiar. That's the ego's job. The ego looks for comfort. You need to be able to break that cycle of your ego leading your life. You have to create a new cycle where your higher self is leading your life. You have to serve your highest good. You say you want to become a better person, but your habits are not reflecting that of the new person you're trying to become. Your habits are reflecting what you're used to. You have to create structure within your life. You have to create discipline. You have to know in certain situations when they arise and they're testing your impulses, you have to choose the choice that the tomorrow you will thank you for. Today, I was journaling about free will. We have the ability to make our own choices, but then it's a deeper layer under that. The choices that you're making is based off of your beliefs, your ideas, your habits, your impulses, what's familiar, everything that you've been used to. So when you're trying to become a new person, you have to be aware and be an observer of what's leading your choices. And then you have to create a new system for your ideas, for your beliefs, for your habits, for your thoughts, for everything. so that that choice that you're making is actually overriding what you're used to, what's familiar, what's comfortable, and start using your free will as your highest self. Think about that. That's food for thought. I had to get away from there because it was really cold. You have to be a witness to yourself. And I was watching the Mad Max saga because I just like it. And the war boys, when they were ready to die for the guy in charge, they would yell, "Witness me." And that just stuck in my head like witness, like witness, witness, witness. And I journaled about it. I'm like, you have to be a witness to yourself because who you think you are is not really who you are, it's who you've been trained to be. And you have to create your own framework. See, you've been given your framework your whole life. Your outlook has been given to you by your environment and your family and whoever you call your friends. You have to upgrade your outlook. You see, it's levels to this life. I've been thinking a lot about religion. Religion is a framework that sets these external laws that you have to follow, while spirituality is a free system. Spirituality doesn't bind you to any external laws because when you have an external law, it's kind of ignorant. So, religion is a framework and it's an external law that people follow. But even though people follow it, people still not up to speed how they should be. People go to church on Sundays and drink right after church. People go to the mosque and still go and gamble right after. Still go out and about doing things that it's not serving their highest good. So what was the point of you going to church, going to the mosque? What was the point of that? Because you think that you have to follow the external law that is placed upon you. When you're following spirituality, you're connecting to that inner source that you have within you and you're letting that guide you above all else, above the framework that you've been given. Spirituality is returning to your most inner self temple and allowing that to guide you. Everybody knows right from wrong. But people still decide to choose what doesn't serve them, what's wrong. Why? Because doing the right thing is usually the hardest thing to do. Why? Because the right thing is hard. And that's why not a lot of people choose to do the right thing. Because you're going against yourself, basically. So you have to question, what is the self? Humans ask the most simplest question, who am I? Because they know that they are not what they've been told that they are. They know that they're greater than the limitation the physical, the finite has placed upon you. People don't know that because they take everything for face value. Don't take anything for face value. You should be able to do your own research, look things up, and create your own definitions with having the basic guideline of what the word means and expand your vocabulary. Walking in the forest just allows me to feel its timelessness, and God is timeless. The universe is timeless. Space is timeless. And it just brings me to awe A lot of the times we try to define things when we should just sit with it and feel it and experience it and not put our own filter on it. You should be able to just experience things and feel it. It looks like something like wrapped around it. When you don't feel connected to something greater than yourself, it's kind of like you don't know your purpose. So you have to open up that channel of being able to experience something greater than you. That's why when you're in nature or when you're seeing a sunset or when you're looking at the stars, anything that has to do with what God created, you're looking at something greater than you. And you have to feel connected to something greater than you. And when you don't, that's when you have tendencies that keeps you here in the physical and not in the other dimensions. If you really think about it, all the Marvel movies have truth to it. Like, if you want to hide something, just put it in plain sight. Have you ever been looking for something and it was right in front of your face the whole time and you just couldn't see it because you were unaware, so you missed it? That's how life is. Something will be right in front of you, the very thing that you asked for, but you're unable to see it because you're lacking awareness. You're not on the same frequency as that object. That's why you're missing it. The law of attraction is when you bring your frequency up to that thing that you want so that it can match that of your desire, that of your vision. I'm 3.3 miles in and I'm pretty much done. Still got a little bit to walk to get home. But yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this vlog. It was kind of me sharing like what's been on my mind, what I've been thinking about. So make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, guys. I'll see you later.